So, if you've read our web page that was flashed at the beginning of this video and is at the bottom of your screen right now, you are probably interested in exploring our model of City Hall Plaza in Boston with a large tower. Our video showed how that tower could tie together pieces of the city of Boston visually, but it didn't answer all of the potential questions about how the siting of that tower might look at different locations. For that, you'd like to be inside of our model and to be able to control your location and to explore the elements of the model in your own way. So, you've downloaded our Google Earth file, Eiffel View, and you'll see when that loads in Google Earth, it brings you to this position here. We can turn on our 3D buildings and the terrain to make the model fit into its context visually. You'll see among the 3D buildings that comes with Google Earth, we have a portrayal of City Hall Plaza here, and we'll want to right-click on that and hide it, because we have our own version of City Hall Plaza that we can turn on and off at will in our Schemes folder. To make the sidebar a little clearer, I'm going to hide the search panel. I'm going to hide the layers panel, and we can expand the Eiffel View folder in Google Earth and look into the Schemes folder and see that we can click the City Hall button, and it makes the elements of our proposed scheme disappear, and we have a view of City Hall that we've taken from the SketchUp 3D warehouse. We can also flip over to the tower scheme by clicking this radio button, and you'll see that all of these elements appear at once. We can turn them off as well. We can turn off the tower, we can turn off the hamburger stand, we can turn off the trees, and our custom ground plan, which is an image created in Photoshop that covers up the plan view of City Hall from the aerial photo. Just a simple image that shows proposed grassy areas where we can plant our trees and plant our tower. So this model now we can view from any angle that we want. If you like, you can follow the tour that we created and that was part of our video by clicking on Smooth Tour and clicking the video play button. And this is the exact same tour that was used in our video, and if you placed your own model here, you could put it in the same setting and view it from all the same angles that we used in our tour. We'll fast forward a little bit so that you can see eventually we'll get down to the ground and start tracing the Rose Kennedy Greenway. But ultimately, you will probably want to use this model to explore your own questions, not the ones that we've already answered for you. And so one of the things that you might like to do is open up the View Study folder, and we have our viewshed map that was created in ArcGIS. And the red areas on this map are areas from which you can see part of the middle platform of the tower. And it reveals some somewhat interesting prospects of this scenario. One is the view down Hanover Street in the north end, and apparently there is a good view in front of the Mariners Church in the north end. Some other interesting looking views, possibilities in the west end, and this one here in the, I believe this is the Post Office Square Plaza. Let's go down and see what this view might be like here. And so the way that this is done in Google Earth is that we'll just put ourselves right near the ground. You can watch your altitude here. I believe that's in meters above sea level. So we're smack against the ground in Post Office Square Plaza, and now we can use the middle scroll wheel to orbit and see that, well, there is a bit of a view of the tower from Post Office Square. But maybe we could improve that if by siting the tower a little bit differently, we may be able to make this landmark perform better from this special node in the city by scooching that tower over. And so that's one thing that we can put on our list of things to explore when we're designing this new scenario. We might even be able to take that tower and click its properties and adjust its location a hair and go back to Post Office Square and judge the effects of that adjustment. That's much better. And so having a model that allows us to work in a context of a very large city model with three-dimensional buildings may have potential for redrafting the city and with an eye towards improving the legibility of places and their visual connections. Thanks. For more information on this project, visit the URL that is flashing across the bottom of your page. And we hope that this inspires you to create your own scenarios in your own cities. You can download all of the resources for this model and generate your own City Hall scenarios, or take inspiration from this and create scenarios in your own city and contribute them to the virtual city.